Hello and good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever it is you are at, and when you're watching this. So, this is Let's Play for the Great American Farming Map. We have, let's see what I did last time. Last time I was going to do some baling and some bales, so I did that. I have no loans. Sorry, let's not leave back. I have no loans. I have 11,000 in the bank account. I think I bought some more cows since last time, so this time I had 37 cows. But mostly I want to show you that I bought one of the Claas Quadrant 200. I also bought this Fortschritt T088 manure spreader, cheap manure spreader still. I bought the Kaweco slurry spreader with a Vogelsang Swing up, which is a way to distribute the slurry. Let's see, what else did I bought this Kuhn Windrower because the swath area was too big, so I had to drive over it a lot of times. So this was perfect. This way I can cut grass, tether it, and swath it, and then collect it with a baler. So that's all of these are in descriptions. Links are in the description. So this was part of a big, I think, a big pack of windrowers, and these ones were standalones, and this one too. But they're all included in the pack. So today we are going to spread some slurry on our grass. Area of the grass where we cut the grass. This is the front mount because it's so stupid when it's down. We have a 1600 kilogram weight hanging off front part. So that's right. We were going to go here and get our slurry. So the slurry spreader is at the slurry pit, which on this map is here. So it took a bit fiddling to get it into the right place. You have to be quite close to the hose to be able to fill it. So that's one thing to think about. It has to be pretty much like this. So R to refill. Not sure if you can see. You can see sort of getting up. So the capacity of this slurry spreader is 18,000 or 18,500, which is as it is in real life. See, yeah, 18,000. Okay. So now we can go over to the grass field we have cut, and we'll spread some slurry on it. I'm not sure if we can spread it on the entire area, but hopefully some of it. Oh, this is, I have to show you. So this slurry spreader, if you press X, when the wheels will expand. That's cool. And we'll go to our Vogelsang Swing. Okay, so I think we have to be on slurry then press no V. No, maybe it was that. Okay, so when you lower it, it starts spreading instantly, so if you drive. Nice. We'll take a screenshot of this. So, this is, I think this is one way you do it. If you have a lot of fields where you have grass, you spread slurry on it. At least that's what I've seen looking at movies on YouTube. So, it does use up quite a lot. Slurry still, even though we're using the Vogelsang hoses. In real life, they go. I think they go down and like sort of drag along the ground. The thing with soil mod is that you can use slurry and you can spread fertilizer on grass. You don't really notice it until you cut grass. So you can't see, well, I guess you can see it sort of on soil moisture, but otherwise you can see it on a small box, soil mod box. But you will have an increase in the amount of grass you get when you cut it if you take care of the grass area. What else? I bought a new thing for my. I bought a new what is it, pop shield, which is sort of like a membrane you put in front of the microphone. Well, I don't know why I didn't order it from the beginning when I ordered the microphone, but I didn't think I needed it. But looking around and looking at tutorials online, it seems to be a really important part of the setup and make a big difference in sound quality. Not sure you will notice it. I hope you will notice it. But so anyway, so now I have a pretty decent microphone and a pop shield, which is one of those black things you put in front of the microphone, and hopefully will make the sound a little bit better. And that's the whole point of the thing, is to give you a better experience. I can't change my voice though. This is the way I sound, and that won't change very much. And I do a lot of recording, as I mentioned in earlier episodes, in the morning. So my voice is sort of the morning voice. It's a little. I don't know how would you say it? It's a little bit raspy. You would say in Swedish, and that's because it's morning, and I do most of my recordings. This is going pretty well. Seem to be. Maybe I'll cover the entire area with this load. Maybe. Maybe. Not exactly sure, but maybe. So 8,000 left, 10,000 used. Could, if I used this spreader, I wonder if I can do that if I have the Vogelsang attached. But it will spread. Pretty sure it will probably spread sort of the same amount of area. I think this is 15 meters, but it will use up a lot more slurry to do that, so it's more wasteful. This is a more efficient way. And then you have other ways you could use what do you call like direct injectors, which is sort of, in the game it's usually some sort of cultivator where you inject slurry into the ground. You get a cultivated area with slurry into it. So I don't usually use those because they cover such a small area, it takes forever. So unless you have small fields, if you have small fields it works, but if you have a big field, pretty big field, it takes forever. But I guess in real life they do that. So we'll cover a bit of the next area too. Or we'll see it. We will say this. Or I'm going to cut more grass. Okay, so we fold this. And we'll track the wheels. I really love this slurry sprayer. It looks amazing. Let's look at it. So cool. The wheels going in and out, so you get more area. I guess it's so it won't compact as easily, and it's probably also you will. Well, I might wonder why I have two of the Claas Quadrant 2200s, but this one is the one I bought, and this one is the one I rented. So there's a few hours left on it, but it will disappear in a few hours. This is the Kuhn. So we'll go over here and put this into next to the slurry pit. Not sure if this was the medium, but there's sort of like a road going around here. Doesn't matter, I keep ending up too far away from it, so I have to back up anyway. This is, yeah. So leave that there, and we'll go and I think we have time. We can do start a bit of mowing, maybe one area, tether it, and do the windrower. I want to show you windrower. That's good. That's it. This windrower works perfectly, very good. I was looking. There is an in-game windrower that's wider. I think that's 8 meters, and then there is a windrower which is part of I think sort of retro pack, which is nice too, but that's which is nice too, but that windrower is only 3 meters wide, so I kept having to drive over the area and again and again and again very extensively, and so it didn't really make any sense to use that windrower. I tried it out, and then I sold it. That one was really cheap. It was, let's see, £2,000. The one I bought now from the big pack of windrowers was, I think, 8,000 something. Out of the pack, I didn't modify that because we're looking online, looking at used Kuhn windrowers of that type. That was what they were. So that was the price for used windrowers. So I just think we'll go up and down this once, and then we'll tether it, and we'll show you windrower. Then I'll collect the bales offline. So hard to see where I cut the grass. So my plan is to cut this and sell the grass, and then I will get a few more cows. So I have 37 cows now, and my plan was to get a few hundred cows, so I'm working towards that. last cycle I did, or last day, I got about 3,300 pounds in income from the cow, from the milk. That was pretty decent, which will work out nicely since I have 10 days in every cycle now in soil mode, so you'll get a few bit of money in between harvests. But I did have a problem with the mixing station. For some reason it didn't want to mix anything, so I actually had to eventually, I tried it out a few times, it didn't want to start. I couldn't start it manually either, so eventually I had to just save the game, quit it, and then I restarted it again, and then it worked. And then I could set it on manual, so it would start manually. Just imagine doing this entire field. I've done it in a few episodes, but doing it would take a few hours. I have a Swedish map I've been playing on called, there's one called Nyslingen, and then there's a small map, and then there's a Stora Ektorp, I think it's called, and that's a very nice map, and it has really large fields. And actually a few months back I did mow it, really big, not this big field, but probably 2/3 of this field, and I collected bales and everything. I saved it, and then something went wrong with the save game for some reason, so everything disappeared. I was quite pissed off actually, but luckily there was a save game, because there's a save backup system somehow, so there was a save backup game which was probably a few hours earlier, 3 hours earlier, so where I did most of the field, so I had to start over in that one. Just replaced the save game I had and I started over. So I got most of the work back, but still like 2-3 hours I didn't get back. It's annoying when you have a few hours in the evening and you play the game, and then something screws up and stuff disappears. Those hours are in vain. I did this on this map when I harvested the #1 field on corn. So the episode where I did that, as you can see, is the first time I did do that. And then for some really stupid reason, when I was done recording and everything and with the fields, I forgot to save the game. I just quit the game. I didn't save it. So next time I started, I was like, why do I have a cornfield here? Which I had, a big cornfield. And I was like, didn't I harvest it? What's wrong now? And then I realized that I didn't save the game. So I will be more careful in the future saving games. If you set it up like this, perfect. Yeah. I hope the sound is better, because I did lower it to 30%. It was up to 50. But a few days ago, when I looked a bit of one of the recordings, I realized it's quite loud. So I have lowered it to 30%. Hopefully it won't be as annoying, and it will be a nice mix between my voice and the background sound of the tractors. When I record this, I don't have any background sound on, because I'm afraid the mic actually will pick it up. So when I record, the background sound is off. Actually, currently the background sound is my headphones. They're lying next to me on the table, on the desk, so you might hear some clicking through that. I don't have the headphones on me. They're nice headphones. I think there's some sort of Logitech. They're really expensive. I hesitated forever before buying them. They were about 11 euros, no, 110 euros, which when you're parents of small children is quite a lot of money to spend on yourself. I do spend money on myself. Not too often. I did a lot this when I bought the microphone and the pop shield and stuff and the arm for the microphone. I hesitated a bit about buying that too because it's a lot of money. And I don't work. I have full-time job, but I chose to work a little less because I want to spend more time with the kids. Been working full-time for about a year, and it put a strain on parenting in the relationship with my kids because they have really long days at preschool, and I have long days. So when I finally get them off preschool and come home, they are really, pardon the language, shitty tired, and I'm shitty tired too. So it's always a problem that either we don't do anything or we eat dinner and then just basically fall asleep on the sofa. I do, before actually waking up and having put them to bed, or everyone is really angry with each other because we're tired. And I decided that's not the way I want to live my life. I don't want that. I don't want to spend those years of my children's life in that way. I want to have a good time with them. I want it to mean something, and I want us to not be tired all the time. Just live for the weekends. I want to live for the weekdays too, because they're important. They are the biggest part of our lives, and when I grow older and the kids grow bigger, I want to look back on this time as a time where we did interesting good, and we had a good time, and we did things together as a family. So I decided to, at least now for the next 3 months, I will work less, not much less. I think it's about 3 hours less a week, but that's enough to have some better quality of life, hopefully. And then we'll see. Maybe I'll just stick to it for a while. Luckily, we have Sweden is great in that way because of Fliegl with X. Because here we actually have, until I think kids are 7 or 8, we can reduce the time we work quite. We have a law that says we can do that. We don't get paid for it. We have paternity and maternity leave, which is great too, but what I've done, I've just reduced the amount of time I work, and I can do that up to, I think, a quarter of the time. So I can work 3 quarters, and my employer can't say anything about it. If I want to do it, I'll do it. They have to agree on it, and they can. They'll reduce my salary with the same amount, but they can't do anything else. If they do anything else, it's legal. So rights as parents are really strong in Sweden, and I can't imagine raising a kid anywhere else. We are really children-oriented society. I'm not saying that just because I'm a child welfare officer, but a lot of things is great. Then again, also we don't have stay-at-home moms to the same extent as other countries do, and you can work and have children here and have an amazing preschool system where it doesn't cost very much. It's subsidized by the county. Well, actually, that's nothing. There's a law that says you can't pay more than a certain amount for childcare, which in here is called preschool. Everything is called preschool if it's childcare until you start school. So, and that's pretty amazing. And it's not. It's to some extent it is that we really care about the children, but mostly it's about in the 60s and. Maybe that was stupid. Maybe I should put it on one spot. Mostly it's about we in the 60s and 70s there was a lack of workers. We needed more workers. So one way was to get the women out from their homes and into the factories. So the government created a lot of systems to be able to do that. We had like childcare that worked if you were going to work. So most childcare or preschools are owned by the county, and the county is obliged by law to have those. And that created the ability for women to get into the workplace, which in turn created a lot of the equality we have today. Swedish is, I guess, compared to other countries, the equality is great, but we still have problems where women still make a lot of less money than men do. Women still tends to use the maternity leave more than men use paternity leave, which is a problem because that means women tend to work less. If they work less, they get less salary, so the salary inequality still stays is still apart. But we're working on it. We're getting there. Slowly, surely the amount of paternity leave that's taken out is rising. I took half of it, and I'm entitled to take half of it. That was never an issue for me. I really wanted it. It was more an issue for my fiance, who thought it was, she wanted more of the time, and I said no, you can't have it. Half of it is mine, and it is by law. I could have given some of it to her, but didn't want to. I wanted to stay with my kids. I didn't get kids to not be with them. I got kids because I wanted to be with my kids, and I think it's important. And I have a colleague, actually. I'm getting way off topic, but this is one of those things that really interests me. I have a colleague who did this took out half paternity, half of the leave in the 70s, because we were quite early with that, but most men didn't use it. He did it in I think it was the 70s, and his kids are grown up now, but he said it's the best thing he ever did. So I think they're good benefits. You get another kind of relationship with the kids. Otherwise, dad tends to be more. We do fun things with kids when they grow up, but we miss out a lot of the ordinary stuff. The part where you not just change diapers, but the ordinary stuff you do as a parent. So this was the idea. This is what I was going to show you earlier. That Windrower works nicely. I'm pursuing a nice string, which this can collect. You can probably get it a bit narrow if you wanted to. But anyway, that was it for this episode. Next episode, what will I do then? Maybe, let's see, we can look more, and hopefully I have more money and we can buy some more cows. Anyway, thank you for watching this game. Hope the sound improved a bit with the pop shield. And if the sound is bad or anything, please put it in the show notes. Just put a link. Please write it below in the comment section. I will try to work it out, because I really need feedback, because I have no idea how it sounds on your computers. So anyway, thank you for watching, take care, and bye bye.